Howdy everyone, this is Vintage Muse by Barb, and I'm Barb. Welcome to my channel. And now I'm going to show you kind of the second part of what I found at the thrift store yesterday, my haul. And I've got the fabric and lace stuff. First off, I got this absolutely gorgeous tapestry fabric. And I'm thinking it would be awesome maybe in a kind of a subdued boho for a cover, or somewhere I have seen one of my friends who has a digital download kit for a medieval romance printables, and I think that that might be something else. I'm going to keep this one because I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I have to tell you, for this whole thing, which is, you know, it's just a strip, but it's probably 1.5 yards, 2 yards long by maybe, maybe 12, 13 inches wide. It's enough to do more than one cover, that's for sure. And I paid, I have to tell you, a whopping 50 cents for this whole piece. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's not a top priority this week, but it's going to be fun when I finally get to it. I think this design on here is just amazing, and I can't wait to use it. So let's bring up the bag. Look at that. There is the bag. And it is just chock full of trims and laces that I got out of the bins yesterday. I'm going to scoot that off to the side a little bit, and I think I will move the camera around just a hair. Sorry for the wiggles and giggles. I got, oh yeah, there we go. Wiggle it again, Barb. Oh my gosh. I got all of this beautiful burgundy gimp trim here, and there's got to be, I don't know, there's got to be 10 yards or more on here. Really, really pretty stuff. Some of this I will be sharing, and some of it I will be using. I think it would look great on an old-fashioned Christmas type journal. So we'll see what we can come up with for that. I also got this really, really pretty, and it's not, check in here, it's not wired on the edges, but this really pretty black and gold trim with a floral design on it. I think this would be great on a boho journal, or maybe that medieval romance book that I was talking about that would go with the fabric I just showed you. There's a good bit of it here, maybe 3 or 4 yards, maybe more. I'm not real good at estimating. I just use it until it's gone or sell it what I've got. There's all kinds of flat laces in here in packages. I don't know that most of it is terribly vintage, but hey, the price was right, so I bought it. I'm looking in my bag, the really big bag full of stuff, and it is full. Remember, it is chock full of stuff. So I got just all kinds of white flat lace. I got, there's some flat lace, some flat lace here. Let's pull the pin out on this. This is kind of a wide flat lace. This would be really pretty as a belly band, or it'd be pretty as a base for a snippet. You can put all kinds of stuff on top and kind of leave the scallopy edge showing. There's a good bit of that on here too, maybe, I don't know, 8 yards. That's just kind of a guess. I've got some really pretty narrow eyelet trim on this one. And it looks like, I hate these pins. It looks like there's just some black, seam binding type lace. And my favorite part, I'm going to pull this off because I didn't see it until I got home yesterday, but it's this beautiful skinny little kind of ecru colored trim, and I think it's a little bit older than most of the rest of the stuff that was in the bag. So I think this will be really pretty on borders, just on the edges of the book pages, and maybe on the edges of pockets. It's skinny enough to be used in bows. Really, really liking that. I'm going to kind of try and shove that a little bit, we'll pick it up and move it out of the way to the pile on the side. My work table is getting messier and messier, which is no surprise for anybody who knows me. I usually work with about 3 inches of space in the middle of the great big table that's supposed to be my work area. So I've got some thin white ruffled lace on here, real scallopy, nice deep scallops. I really like this kind of stuff on the edges of the book pages as well. Digging some more in the bag, the really, really, really big bag full of a whole bunch of stuff. I have some gold metallic-y, I don't know if it's plasticky, it's real stiff, but I was looking at it yesterday and I thought it would be fun on some Christmas journals, and I could actually cut the rows if I don't go crazy trying to see them and turn it into something a little bit thinner. It could be made into some great big giant tabs, all kinds of stuff. I really enjoy making all kinds of things that are different and not just, oh, well, I'm going to do it exactly like this or I'm going to do it exactly like that. But I like to take unusual materials and apply them in really different kinds of ways. So that's probably a good candidate for that. I also got, oh wait, here we go. There's some more. This is an old-ish, a vintagey lingerie type trim. And it's narrow, would probably lend itself fairly well to copy dyeing. And something else that would add a little bit of a decorative, I guess I should untie these if I can. Let's see, there we go. Throw the rubber band on the floor. Hold this up so that you can see it a little bit better. It's a tiny little trim, and I really like that, again, on the edges of book pages. So I've also got this, way cool, slightly taped and tangled. Let's see if I can get it undone here. Oh my goodness, there we go. There we go. Got it. Yay. Okay, so this is really a cool little trim. It's almost got like a picot sort of an edge like some of the ribbon that you get, but it's cotton or a cotton blend. This will again go really well with Christmas. It's kind of a vintagey feel because it's in a burgundy and taupe sort of a color. Great on borders, great on pocket edges, really cute on a triangle like a corner tuck. Yeah, we'll have some fun with that, and I think actually if we have just a little piece of that, it would be good on little cards that are inside of pockets, and you could just sew it onto the edges and use them for tabs. I may have enough of that to share. It looks like probably, oh, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 yards, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can share on Etsy. I got additionally a whole bunch of several, more than 1 or 2, of these, and they're not old, but hey, right. I'm digging them out of the bag, you know, the really big bag full of a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see what I got here. Okay, is that the last one like that? Yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 partial rolls of this grosgrain ribbon, and there's enough on there for me to do a little bit with. I just thought it was a great price. Of course, looky here, I've got fall colors, which is like a dark brown, a chocolatey brown, and some orange. And it was really handy because I'm currently working on Halloween journals, and I think this will make some cute page tabs. I'm not real big into like the grosgrain ribbon and the wide stuff, but this will add a little bit of texture and just some edging on those Halloween pages to give a break to some of the patterned pages. I think that's pretty good. I've got, oh, a bright kind of a Christmas green. There's not a whole lot of that, but it'll work on a book or two, a journal or two. I always call them books. I know they're journals. And then I've got this lovely sage green, great color. I think that'll be handy to use on pages in a, yeah, not bugs, a plant journal, a nature journal, a botanical journal. Oh yeah, there we go. We got it. It's going to be a botanical journal for some tabs. Maybe even to tie a bow around the whole thing. Yeah, that would be really cute with something else, some kind of lace or something running down the middle of it. I'm sure I can come up with something fun for it. I think I paid a nickel per for each of these partial rolls, so yeah, the price was right. And even though it wouldn't traditionally be my favorite, it's something that I can use, and especially for that price, I will find a way to make it work. Oh, found one more, burgundy. This is a little bit thinner. It's also a grosgrain ribbon, and it's looking really red when I'm watching my playback here. But I think that it's actually, it's a dark burgundy, really, really pretty, and a little bit thinner, you know, less wide than the other. I've got this, oh, and it's all tied up on here, and I don't have my cutting scissors, only my fabric scissors, and I am not cutting ribbon. I don't know if I can get this open or not. Well, okay, let's see what I can do. Jackpot. Yeah, there we go. So this is a thin, kind of a gold metallic trim, and I think this will be cute tying up packages that I send out on Etsy, or I can use it to make bows on Christmas journals. But yeah, it was a brand new roll, and if I pull this back here, yeah, 1/4 inch, and it had 5 yards on it. So again, another nickel on that. I've got this pretty chiffon-y pink with the solid pink trim. that I also got yesterday. I've already used a bit of this to go onto a package that I sent out yesterday. So it was really pretty on there. That's another good way just to use stuff that, you know, the price is right. It's very affordable. It's upcycled. And you can pass it along while using it as a decorative element. And somebody else can enjoy it, and they can either tie it up on a package they're sending out, they can put it in a journal, they can use it if they're sewing, they can make a ruffle, whatever they like to do. I always like to include a little something extra, otherwise known as lanyap, when I send out packages. And it may not be a whole huge amount, but it's just a little something fun for a surprise. Let's see, digging in the bag, the big bag full of stuff, I found some bright red, Christmas red satin ribbon with the picot edging, the little loops on the edges. That'll work in a Christmas journal, I'm sure. I'll probably coffee dye it. I found some bear ribbon with little bears printed on it here, and it's taped shut nice and tight. It's going to take me 3 days to put this stuff all back together. Here we go. This is definitely going to go in some Yellowstone-y type journals that I'll be making coming up. I live 53 miles from the east entrance of Yellowstone National Park, where everybody goes to see the bears in the summer. I own a bed and breakfast here in Cody, Wyoming, and I think that a lot of my guests would really enjoy simple, inexpensive, but fun, pretty journals. I got you upside down. The bears have to go right side up. Bears on their backs, not a good thing. Anyway, I think some of my guests will enjoy journals that have that kind of stuff included. I also have some black chiffon type, kind of like the pink, but this one's black. Ooh, and that will be so fun on Halloween journal. They're coming up. I swear they are. Part of my supplies are here. More of them are on the way. And yeah, this is going to go in one or more of those. And I think, ooh, the big bag full of stuff is almost empty. This is the last little bit. I kind of really like this. I'm not typically terribly enamored of ruffled lace. This one's really pretty though, and it's a dark navy blue. And there's quite a bit on here. I may include this in some little lace bundles on Etsy, or I may end up using it. It would be great for Americana journals. And what I like to do a lot of times on the ruffled lace, because as I just said, I'm not terribly enamored, I'm not fond of. I don't really like ruffled lace necessarily all that much unless it's quite old. And if it's really old and it's really good, sorry guys, I usually keep it. But this one, yeah, I think I might take off this binding that's on the edge and do something with the flat part that's left over, because I really like this, and I can picture it in an Americana journal. I can't wait. That's like a year away almost, but oh, it'll still be here if I do nothing else with it. So that would be the end of the laces, trims, and that gorgeous piece of tapestry fabric for today. I will be back perhaps later, perhaps tomorrow, with yet another practicing YouTube video. I will get good at these, I promise. I hope that you've enjoyed what I've shown you, especially all the stuff out of the really big bag. Have I said that enough times yet today? I hope that you can give this video a thumbs up because you liked it. I hope that you will subscribe. This is my personal invitation to you to subscribe to my channel, because I will have better things coming up, more things coming up, lots of little helpful hints and tips and things that I discover along the way of my journey, and I would love to be able to have a chance to share them with you. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and bye-bye. See you later.